Okay, so um, this is the final video, and I'm going to show you how to use the SketchUp to assemble all your parts and make this chair. Now, what I haven't shown you is in the meantime, I've now drawn this part, which is just a rectangle. I don't think I need to really explain how to do that. And that is this part here, part 3, which is 550 by 491. So before I assemble these pieces, the first thing I need to do is make sure they're all components. Now, that's a component, and you can see the difference when I click just once. When it's a component, the whole thing selects. When it's not a component, just a surface selects. So I need to first make this into a component by triple clicking or just selecting the whole thing that way. And right click on it, control click on it, or however you want to. Or use this button here. Either way, you need to make it into a component. All of those different things do the same thing. This one here, same thing, needs to be made into a component. Good. So now all my parts are components, so I can safely put them together and not worry about them sticking and not being able to be taken apart again. So I first need to get them into a situation where they will fit together because they're all laying down right now. So I need to use the rotate tool to stand them up. So this one's the first one. I'm going to use the green axis to rotate it up by 90 degrees, like that. And actually, if you want to, you can also select multiple entities. All of these three, actually that one probably best not, but those two definitely can stand up together because they need to be in the same plane. So again, use the rotate tool. I'm going to choose the green axis and I hit the the left arrow on my keyboard to do that and type 90 so it's accurate. Hit the enter key and now they're both standing up in the correct orientation. Same thing here. Now the reason I didn't also stand this one up using that same process was because my center of rotation would have meant it went down here beneath. So I'm just going to do the same thing here, rotating in the green axis. Hit the left arrow button on my keyboard to change my protractor to the green axis and type 90 so that stands up. Now this one, of course, needs to also have one extra rotation because it needs to turn by 90 degrees in the blue axis. So blue axis, click, move away, and just pull it in the direction you want it to go, then type your angle. And now I have that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just briefly have a quick look at the booklet so that I know exactly how these pieces need to fit together. You can see that if you look at the assembled view. Now there's two things I need to look closely at. First of all, how these side pieces and the back fit together. And if I zoom in, you can see how those two should fit onto each other. So let's go back and do that to start with. So selecting this piece, moving it first, sort of roughly in the area where it needs to be. That might even be right first time. Well, actually it's not, because you can see there are something happening in SketchUp that can't happen in real life, and that's two pieces are actually occupying the same space. So I need to be real careful and make sure that this is actually in the right position. So we do that by picking it up by a corner and then locking that corner or snapping that corner onto the other corner. And you've got to think a little bit beforehand to make sure that you pick it up by the right corner so you can snap onto something. But basically that's a really easy process. Now I need two identical pieces here, and so as you know, as you're all familiar with now, you can use the move tool and the alt or the option key and then pick it up. This time I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to zoom in real close so you can see. I'm going to pick it up by that corner, make my copy. You can zoom out at the same time while I'm making the copy. Move it just over here because it's a little off my screen. Then move my view so that I can now pick it up by this corner and snap that corner onto there. Right, so now what we need to do is look back again at our booklet and look this time down here. We know that this front piece goes in between the two side pieces and the bottom is level here. Right, so let's do that. Take our front piece, pick it up by that corner, and I can snap that onto this corner to get it accurate. Click here, move, and snap, which leaves me with a little step just here for the seat part to go into. And that's confirmed here. If you look closely, that line continues. Well, it's not great from the sketch, but you can see that the bottom part of the seat is a little bit down from the top. So that tells me that that's correct. Right, then finally, all I need to do is grab the seat, and I just need to check which of these dimensions is the correct one. I know that that is, that distance I'm pretty sure is 550. Yes, it is. So the side here that's 550 needs to be at the front, and that's also 550. So good. So now I can pick up my seat by this top corner here and then move it so it snaps onto that corner there. And there is the completed chair, exactly as it's meant to be.